Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a way of representing data called scatterplots. If you're familiar with graphing on the coordinate plane, scatterplots will look very familiar to you. Scatterplots are good if we're trying to compare and see how two sets of data are related to each other. So for example, here, somebody went out and they said, when it's wintertime, they want to know what the temperature is and how many coats are being sold. Before we bother to put any of this information on there, what do you think the relationship is going to be like? When the temperature goes up, do you think I'm going to have more coats or less coats sold? When the temperature goes down, do you think I'm going to have more coats or less coats sold? Think about what you think is going to happen in our scatter plot. All right, now let's plot them. So all I need to do is I need to set it up just like a coordinate grid. I say here is shopping in winter. All I'm going to do is I'm going to steal that title right over the top. Then I'm going to put my independent variable on the bottom. So my independent variable is the temperature. So I'm going to write down here, this is the temperature. Then on the side, my dependent variable is how many coats I sold. So coats over here. Now I need to figure out what to count by. So my temperatures range from 8 up to 28. And I've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines to get all the way up to 28. The easiest way is to estimate. 28 is about 30. 30 divided by 6 would give us 5. So I think we should count by 5s. I think our scale on the bottom should be 5s. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. I've counted by 5s. Now let's do the same thing for coats. For coats, I go from 11 all the way up to 54. So from 11 all the way up to 54. Let's see how many spaces I have to do that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 spaces to do that in. I think it'd be easiest for me to count by 10s. I could count by 9s, but that wouldn't be easy for me. Instead, 10s are a lot easier and it's basically the same thing. So I'm going to count by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Then I plot this data. I'm going to say 12, 38. Come over 12, go up 38. 19, 31. Come over 19, go up 31. And you'll notice that I don't have numbers that are exactly 38 or 31. I just had to guess about where those are going to go. I've got 8, 54. Come over 8, go up 54. I've got 17, 35. Come over 17, go up 35. I've got 9, 49. Come over 9, go up 49. I've got 26, 16. Come over 26, go up 16. I've got 15, 32. I'm going to come over 15, I'm going to come up 32. I've got 28, 11. I'm going to come over 28 and go up 11. All right. Do you notice what's happening with these dots? When I look at these dots, I see a trend. I see a pattern that's starting to form. Now, it's not a perfect pattern because this is the real world. And the real world has lots of different variables that might be affecting this. But I see a pattern that's pretty close to going down like this. So let's see what that means. When I look at my scatter plot, it's saying as the temperature number gets bigger, the amount of coats is going down. Does that make sense? As it gets hotter and hotter, do Do you expect to sell more coats or less coats? I suspect we're going to sell a lot less coats as it gets really hot. And if I look at it the reverse way, as my temperature gets smaller, as I keep coming this way, the amount of coats goes up, the amount of coats increases. So as the temperature goes down, the coats increases. That seems like it makes sense. When it gets colder and colder, I should expect to sell more coats. What this is called a relationship, a trend. So I see here a trend, and I see a negative trend. If it were going up like this, I would call it a positive trend. But because it's going down, I call it a negative trend. If when I looked at my data, all the data was scattered all over the place, and I couldn't draw a line through them and get most of them, then I would say it has no trend. This helps us to make predictions about the future. Now, they're not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be able to say exactly how many coats are going to be sold, but I can get around the right amount of coats that are going to be sold. All right, I hope this helped, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.